Life as a student in a boarding school. It's 2:17 a.m. I'm sitting alone on the cold floor of a dormitory hallway. My phone battery is at 1%. I haven't heard my mother's voice in weeks. In less than 6 hours, I have one of the most important exams of my life. And earlier that day, someone told me I didn't belong here. At that moment, I seriously wondered if leaving home had been the biggest mistake of my life. But what happened after that night changed me forever. The dream. When most people think about foreign boarding schools, they imagine something straight out of a movie. Beautiful campuses, students from all over the world, top quality education, endless opportunities. And to be fair, some of that is true. But what people don't see are the parts hidden behind the brochures and social media posts. The loneliness, the pressure, the homesickness, the mistakes, and sometimes the people who try to drag you down. The arrival. The first day feels exciting. You're in a new country, a new environment, a new chapter of your life. You walk around campus imagining all the amazing things that will happen. But that excitement doesn't always last. A few days later, reality arrives. You don't know many people. Everyone already seems to have friends. The food tastes different. The weather feels different. Even simple conversations can feel awkward. You start missing home. Not just your family. Everything. Your neighborhood. Your favorite food. Your friends. The small things you never appreciated before. And that's when homesickness starts to hit. The people. One thing nobody tells you is that not everyone in boarding school wants to be your friend. Most students are great, but some aren't. Sometimes there are bullies. The kind who make jokes at your expense. The kind who mock your accent. The kind who make you feel like an outsider. Maybe they laugh because you're from a different country. Maybe they think they're funny. Maybe they're insecure themselves. But when you're already far from home, even small comments can hurt. You start questioning yourself. You start wondering whether you really belong. And that's a dangerous place to be mentally. The temptations. Then there are the students who seem to have no rules. The ones sneaking around after curfew. The ones constantly looking for trouble. The ones trying to convince everyone else to join them. In some schools, you'll meet students experimenting with drugs or alcohol despite school rules. They'll tell you it's harmless. They'll tell you everyone is doing it. They'll tell you to loosen up. But one bad decision can completely change your future. And when your parents are thousands of miles away, those choices become even more important. Because nobody is standing over your shoulder. You decide who you become. The pressure then comes the academic pressure, the assignments, the projects, the exams, the expectations. Suddenly you're competing with some of the smartest students you've ever met. Students who seem to have everything figured out. Students who always know the answers. Students who never seem stressed. At least that's what it looks like. Meanwhile, you're struggling to keep up. You start comparing yourself. You wonder if you're good enough. You wonder if you deserve to be there. And sometimes that pressure feels overwhelming. The turning point, but something interesting happens. You survive. One difficult day becomes one difficult week. One difficult week becomes one difficult month. And before you realize it, you've adapted. The food that once seemed strange becomes normal. The campus starts feeling like home. The people who were strangers become friends. You begin finding your place. Not because things got easier, but because you got stronger. The friendships. The best part of boarding school isn't the buildings. It isn't the classes. It's the people. The friends who sit beside you when you're having a terrible day. The roommate who notices when something is wrong. The classmate who helps you study when you're struggling. The people who become family when your real family is far away. Some friendships formed in boarding school last a lifetime because those people see you at your best and your worst. They see the real version of you. The lesson years pass. The scared student who arrived with 2 suitcases slowly disappears. In their place is someone different, someone more confident, someone more independent, someone stronger. You realize that every challenge taught you something. The bullies taught you resilience. The loneliness taught you independence. The pressure taught you discipline. The temptations taught you character. And the struggles taught you strength. Pay off. Remember that night? The one where I was sitting on the hallway floor at 2:17 a.m. wondering if I belonged? The next morning, I walked into that exam exhausted, nervous, uncertain, but I walked in anyway. And looking back now, that was the real victory. Not the grade, not the result, the fact that I kept going. Because life isn't about avoiding difficult moments. It's about becoming the kind of person who can survive them. The student sitting alone on that hallway floor thought he was breaking. In reality, he was being built. So if you're going through something difficult right now, if you're far from home, if people are doubting you, if you're doubting yourself, keep going. One day you'll look back and realize the hardest chapter of your life wasn't your downfall. It was your origin story. The struggle wasn't stopping you. It was preparing you for everything that comes next.